So why are there French troops in Ghana? As they say, for military training, fight against illegal mining and jungle warfare. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Before I go any further, I want to thank everyone who watched these videos, like those who subscribe. It's it's not easy doing geopolitics analysis, especially in Africa. So thank you so much for watching these videos and interacting. So there are French troops in Ghana, as they termed it for military training, of course, and training for the fight against illegal mining. In Ghana, they call it Galamsey and jungle warfare. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will give you a few reasons why France is in Ghana and trying to clean up its image throughout Africa. So, first of all, the French have been kicked out of the Sahel. They've been kicked out of, we know, the three AES countries, but they've been kicked out of Chad, a client state like Chad. So you can tell French influence is under scrutiny and it's waning in Africa. So France is trying to clean up its image throughout Africa. If you remember in 2025 or I think 2024, when France was addressing, or Emmanuel Macron was addressing ambassadors from around the world, he was saying basically France is not being kicked out of Africa. They're reorganizing or repositioning themselves. If you remember, they signed an agreement with Nigeria, security agreement with Nigeria, but they also are trying to have a more positive image, trying to clean up their image in Africa, and they're trying to do that with what you would call English-speaking African countries. The Africa France Summit will be held in Nairobi, Kenya on the 11th to the 12th of May. I think that is the date. French is like a person who haven't showered, they haven't bathed, they carry themselves in an unpleasant way. And to clean their image, to mask their smell, they decide to spray perfume on that dirty body or that smelly body, which just made the thing worse. And this is all I view the French reaching out to other African countries, trying to project this image of a clean France, trying to hide their neo-colonial domination or their colonial domination of these African colonies or these African countries that is in West Africa and Central Africa. No, we have to make one thing clear. This is a sovereign decision by the Ghanaian government. The Ghanaian government said they're the one who invited the French in, and this might be part of the security agreement that they signed a few years ago or a year ago. But this is a sovereign decision, but we can give our analysis and our opinion on these issues. France continued to rob Africa through its neo-colonial domination. And yes, they're trying to hide this and they're trying to restructure their image. It's trying to show that it respects African countries by going to Ghana. And you see the way this was publicized. This was put in the media as, look at the French, they're training African, they're training Ghanaian military. But we know France, their behavior throughout Africa and throughout the Sahel, they show no respect or regard for African lives and African government. You remember Emmanuel Macron, how he insulted the Burkinabe president at the time, I think Roch Kabore, insulted him in front of students, and the student laughed at it. They laughed at him. You know, he had to leave the stage in his own in his own country. Yes, so French troops are hated throughout the continent, whether it's in French speaking Africa, English speaking Africa, and they think if they go and do things like this, they will clean their image. We don't know what the agreement, the military agreement that they have with these countries, whether it's Nigeria or Ghana, what it entails. But nothing can come good for the French because the French are in decline. Economically, they're in ruins. You know, their influence on the continent is waning. And you see, Uncle Sam is trying to fill that void. They're trying to move in the French space. Actually, they're trying to take over because the French have been so terrible in holding on to their colonies. So you will see a lot more effort by Uncle Sam and other partners. You can see the African Union is now approaching the AES states. This is all because Uncle Sam is approaching the AESA. So you know that these organizations like the African Union have no independence. So they're making their move. And of course, nothing good can come from these people. These people have nothing to offer. The world has changed. If you cannot offer development, and development in the sense that is needed by these African states, there's not you won't last. You cannot compete on the international stage, or compete in Africa, or compete wherever in the world. So bullying and so forth won't work. And we know these people like to do double diplomacy. They come with the showing you the carrot, and behind them is the stick, or the supposed carrot that they have, which is nothing. So they're the one who need the resources from African countries. So they need to offer Africa technology and development. And I don't see these people offering anything beside, speaking about restoration of democracy or constitutional rule. Like, people want development, people want food, people want to feed themselves, people want good health care, people want to security. So these people aren't offering anything. They're the one who have actually caused these insecurity issues in the continent and beyond. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is nothing uh, spectacular by the French. They're not doing anything. They should have done this a long time ago. Genuinely, I might add, by giving Africans their fair share and African government their fair share. But even no, they're not doing it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope to see you in the next one.